Hello, how are you today? Hope you're enjoying the last day of 2015. That's all I've got to say about that. Today is going to be my general skincare tips video. I did originally film this where I showed everything in my makeup bag and it was too long and a bit of a mess. So I've just narrowed us down to general tips that I would say for anyone's skincare routine. Use the products that you want, but I will show the products that I think work in my makeup routine. I look like I've got a little hand on my shoulder. The joys of filming outside your mirror. But these are just my general skincare tips that I think would work for anyone. So let's get on to it. First tip that I can suggest is take your frickin' makeup off at night. We all have lazy days where we forget, but on general, take that shit off your face. Just makeup has some very weird ingredients in there that some of it isn't healthy for the skin on the long run, so it's best to take it off on a night time. The best products that I would say to take them off are cleansers. You've got several different types. I mean, you apparently do have a bar cleanser, which I've never used that, but apparently it's good for oily skin. The ones that I use, because I've got dry combination skin, I use this one on the night time, which is the Earle Cleansing Polish. This is really nourishing for the skin and does a great job at removing everything from the face. Well, not everything, I'm still left with skin, but it gets rid of the makeup. And in the morning, because sometimes a cleanse at night doesn't get rid of everything, it gets rid of the majority of the bump. But sometimes, especially eye makeup, you get stuff in your tight line that ain't gonna get out unless your eyes water. So once that is actually out in the morning, when you've got a bit of panda eyes going on, I'll go in with a Micellar cleansing water. This is very gentle and just helps remove the rest of the stuff. And I would say cleanse every night regardless. And if you forget, cleanse in the morning. It's easily done. It takes about 2 minutes to do. It's really easy. My next tip is something not to do every day because otherwise it could damage the skin, is exfoliate. Exfoliating helps with getting rid of any dead skin cells because the skin regenerates like every other the skin regenerates like any other cell in the body, and you do need to get rid of dead skin cells. The best products for that are the best products to use to get rid of dead skin cells are exfoliators. I'm using a couple at the minute. I'm using the Body Shop Tea Tree one in the shower sometimes because that is quite gentle and gets rid of blemishes. The one I'm using on a night time, I mean I do top and change between the two. I don't use them both at the same time for very obvious reasons, which I'll get to. But the one that I'm using the most is the Earle Gentle Face Exfoliator. These feel like you're running sand over your face, but they work. They feel very gentle on the skin. They won't damage your skin, but don't use these every day because your skin doesn't regenerate at that speed. You don't need to use this every day. I would suggest about 2 or 3 times a week. And I would also use a slightly different one on your lips. I mean, you can get lip scrubs from most places now, but the one I'm using at the moment is from the Body Shop. It smells of mint, it is beautiful, and this just scrubs away any dead skin cells on your lips. I would use this on a night more than a morning, just because. What else can I say to that? It's just personal preference. I know some people do use them during the day. Right, next little tip from Jennifer's brain. I would always suggest, especially for women in their early 20s, I was late to this just because I'm a bit of a dunce when it comes to skincare. I've always used the same thing because my skin was shit back in the day. This is something that I was quite late to, mainly because my experience with skincare was quite limited. I would just use moisturizer and that was it. But I am sort of seeing a few fine lines around my eyes now. So I'm 28 now, so I'm going to start using these things and hopefully slow that down a little bit. I'm probably too late, but we shall see. And I use a different one in the morning and another one at night. The one that I use in the morning is a thinner consistency, and it's the Kiehl's Powerful Wrinkle Reducing Eye Cream. I've only just started using this, so I can't say how well it's worked yet, although I am noticing that my makeup applies really well on top of this, so good start. The one I use at night is a thicker consistency and it's more of an eye balm than a cream, and this is the Bare Minerals Mineralixir. As you can see, it is well loved, or you would if I used a decent camera. It's nearly at the bottom of the pan. But this lasts ages. You only need to put a tiny bit on your finger and tap into the eye socket, or whatever this part's called. I never know what to call it. My next tip is to always moisturize. And this comes down to personal preference. You don't need to use all of these things. But my favourite moisturiser is the Body Shop Hemp Cream. I recommend this to anyone. It will get rid of rosacea, eczema, any redness on the skin I've noticed that I get. Use good English. This gets rid of. It's really wonderful. I love it. I think this is probably the thing that I repurchase the most out of anything in my collection. It is amazing. Something that you can use if you want to. I know some people that do just use a serum and some people just use a moisturiser. There's the other people who, like me, use everything. We use all the skincare. And that is a serum. These sometimes have skin benefits, like they help regenerate the skin if you do have very thin skin or dry patches. Other times it just makes the skin more absorbent and more susceptible to take in moisturiser, which is always handy, especially if you do have very, very dry skin like me. I use, again, a different one during the day than I do at night. In the day, I use this one, which is from the Body Shop. And let's say I'm getting to that age now where I'm starting to worry about wrinkles. And this really tightens the skin. It's quite freaky. It's the Drops of Youth concentrate, and it just feels like your skin's going. But apply the moisturiser and that instant effect of tightness does go away. Do not use it on its own because it can dry out the skin. The one that I'm starting to use at night, I was using a Body Shop Vitamin E one, but that just ran out. So I've replaced it with this nice blue pretty bottle. It looks so pretty. It's the Keels Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This just helps your skin feel really nice at night, to be honest. And I haven't noticed any benefits in the morning yet because I just bought this the other day. But we shall see. We shall see. My final tip is don't use the same products that you use during the night as you do during the day. Some products, and they will be specifically labelled. I don't think I've got any here. Well, I used to, but I've thrown them out because they were empty. I used to have 2 Body Shop creams. Sorry, my leg's starting to hurt. I used to have 2 Body Shop creams, which were from the Vitamin E range. One had daytime written on it and one had a night on it. The daytime was slightly thinner in consistency, and that just means that it's more likely to absorb quickly and it won't make your face look very greasy and yuck. The nighttime one is a very thick consistency, and that just means that it's got the entire night to absorb into the skin, leaving your skin baby soft on night. Or, what's the word? It leaves the skin looking baby soft in the day. All I would say is don't use that nighttime cream during the day, because otherwise your skin's going to look just too greasy and it'll be overkill, and your foundation ain't going to go on well. Let's just leave it there. And those are all of my skincare tips. That bit of hair is doing my head in. I really hope this video has been of some help, and I've tried to keep this general just because I know all of us have different types of skin tone and different skin needs, but these are just the general tips that I think would help anyone no matter what type of skin you have. And if you do have any other tips that might help people that you think I might have forgotten, please leave them in the comments and leave them for me as well, because there might be something that I'm missing. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day and I hope you have a lovely start of 2016 tomorrow. Bye for now.